really witchy, flapper 20s, lacy, I'm gonna poison your drink vibes. No mock-up, no nothing. This is from a pattern company that I trust, that I've done a lot of their patterns. Patterns for Pirates. Love them. Their sister company, actually sisters. They are sisters that own the company. It's made for mermaids. It's also really great. So when I do those patterns, I'm not too worried about doing mock-ups, because I just, if it's pretty simple and hard to mess up, I don't worry about it. And this one is. It's going to be out of this pretty, it's sort of like a taupey, the black and then the taupey flowers with this lace, this eyelash lace for trim. And I'm very excited. I love the idea and I love the sample photos that I've taken, and I think you guys are going to really love it too. So let's just get into it. It's going to be a quick little hangout video. I said that. I shouldn't have. Fingers crossed, it's gonna be a quick little hangout video. Again, if you hear the whirring in the background, that's my space heater. It's so cold. Everything's already cut out because I couldn't sleep at 3 a.m. one night, and I cut out all the fabric for my next 2 projects, as one does. Oh no, his lips! Sorry, buddy. Can I come over here? Here, let me move this out of the way. There you go. There you go. Come on. Do you need? Oh, you need an invitation. Sorry, I missed the invitation cue. That's on me. I have the inner facing ironed on for the button placket. I'm gonna do a full button down the center because I've never done one before. So I figure, good time to learn. And Pattern for Pirates has some fairly great instructions. They are fairly detailed. So. I figure might as well start with them. I have the main fabric and lining all darted, and now I'm going to sew the shoulder seams to the back. I should have my pins over here. I've been liking them far more than I like the other ones, like these ball ones. I like the little ones better, but my husband's terrified of stepping on them, and they are incredibly easy to lose because they're just silver pins. They've got nothing on them to even see them. So he got me a big, scary industrial magnet to pick up all the pins. All right, lining first. The seam allowance for this is 1/2 inch, so 4/8. I feel like I look it up every time, and I'm always like, I can't remember. Very cute. This is a fairly high-necked pattern, which is why I'm doing the full button placket. Button. Jeez. So I can have it a little bit open on the front. And I'm going to iron the seams and then zigzag the edges. Watch me try and keep these separated and figure out what goes where. Ooh. I'm honestly a little nervous to be doing a button placket. I'm gonna hand make all the buttons. I'm thinking I want them to be lace buttons over the black of some sort. It's so quiet up here today. No crittens? Okay, that is actually done. Now I have to move down to the button up. Okay, right sides together. We are stitching lining to main just along the neckline. Yeah, okay. Let's put them together. The lining is just a bit lower than the neckline of the main bodice. I've given up keeping them separate, but at this point I'm like, they have to know, right? Not know. That didn't make sense. They have to be obvious. They have to know. Oh. I'm gonna be redoing my studio for my birthday because all the stuff that you see in my studio, none of it really matches me. It was all just stuff that we had lying around, and it's never been a priority. There are a few things that I have in my studio that actually feel wonderfully genuine. One is this little skull and raven plate that my hubby got me. The other is the Brothers Grimm book that's back there. I don't know if you can see it. And then the Shadowkeep DM screen that's folded up back there. So I'm gonna redo my studio to reflect more of who I feel I am. And I'm very excited. If you'd like to see that, let me know and I'll film the video. There. Top and bodice are sewn together. Now I think I have to understitch. I have the bodice put together and ironed and all done on top here. It looks really cute. Now we're gonna baste together the arm size and the bottom. Oh, and then up the front as well. I have everything all basted, and now it's the fun part. We're starting to get into the fun part. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, so if I didn't say it before, which I think I did, but my brain isn't working, so we're gonna do our best today. I cut the sleeves shorter. I did the bishop sleeve, and then I cut them a little shorter, because we're gonna line the bottom of them with this lace. I'm so excited. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to zigzag the bottom and then sew the lace on before I sew them together. I think that's the best way of doing it, is to add it on and then stitch them up. What I should probably do is make sure that they are even first, right? Right, that makes sense. Am I maybe rushing the lace? Maybe. But I'm so excited to put lace on. That's what's driving me right now. I'm so excited. I did a little mock-up photo where I pinned it to. I'm so excited. I didn't realize till just now that the trouble is going to be making sure that we match up the lace on the other side. Yeah, pretty well. Okay, so now I'm gonna pin it all together. Now the trouble is, do I sew this on the inside? I think I like it on the inside. Hopefully it looks good. We're just winging it here, guys. That's what we do. Welcome to the channel. Okay, just gonna take my sweater sleeve off, and then we're gonna see how it's gonna look. But look it! It's exactly what I wanted. I'm so excited. Okay, let's do the other one, and then we'll sew the sleeves and the sleeve armhole together. And then we're gonna zigzag that just lightly to make sure that nothing frays. It looks like, from my observations, that the trick to lining up lace is to line it up properly. It's not that I just lucked out. I did just luck out in the first one that it just lined up properly, but you sort of have to line it up so that it stops and ends on the same part of either an upswing or a downswing, which is what I did. Yeah, so I don't know if that helps. I'm mostly saying this so that I remember this when I work with lace next, because I do plan on working with some lace always. Always. I love lace. I love it. Oh, it's cold. It's perfect! Oh my goodness, I love it. I'm so excited. I think it's perfect. Okay, next we zigzag the edges, and then I think we join them. Oh, yeah. Then we join the sleeves. That I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what it looks like with the sleeves on, and then I'll do a little fitting, make sure everything fits, and then we'll move on. Oh! Oh, don't do that to me. I was so scared. You're too clumsy to be doing stuff like that. You fall on your head. On my head. time when I'm being such a baby. Then I'm gonna go. Don't tell the doctor you saw. If you're not a giant geek like I am, that's my favorite joke to make with cats. Because in Doctor Who, there's this race of cat people that are like nurse nuns. So that's way to explain it. And they did some bad things and they got in trouble for it because the doctor found out. And he got them in trouble for it. So like, it's stupid but funny. Okay, so this is the outside. How did you've been here for 5 seconds and I have hair everywhere. How did that happen? I put it over his head. I did that. That's what happened. My bad. That's on me. What lint rollers do you guys use? We used to use the tape ones, but they, you roll them like 3 times and they're covered in fur. So they work great, but they're just such a waste. We used we got this fancy plastic one with suede on it where you brush it and then you flip it back and it's supposed to clean the brush. It worked like 3 times and then it stopped cleaning the brush. Usually they're so good about marking these patterns with all the details that you need, but for some reason this one, I'm not sure if I printed it out wrong or I missed some of I did use layers, so it's possible that I had just accidentally unclicked something that was important. Not bad, that's probably what it was. But I don't have any markings on the sleeves on which is front and back, so it was a bit, I thought I had it right, but then I pinned them in and it wasn't pinning in properly, so I switched them and then it was pinning in properly. I got there. Oof. My brain just forgot how to put in sleeves for a second. Silly brain. Okay, so this is ooh, watch out for pins. Look at that. Yeah, I think those sleeves are perfect. Just gonna go take a look in the big mirror. Okay, come on then. Come on. Can you stop showing people your butt? Stop showing people your butthole. Do I have gargoyle kitty? Aww, protective gargoyle kitty. I've got the sleeves in and it looks so pretty. What's next? Okay, we're gonna put the skirt together with the slit up the front. There's a chickadee outside. Oh, I don't need this. Salem thinks he could totally get that chickadee. I put the skirt together. I had to flip it because I accidentally got the wrong sides on the wrong sides and it was hanging funny. But we got it all together and then I only zigzagged just the top little bit. I'm still not sure how long I want the skirt to be. So I'm gonna leave that till the very end. Now we're working on the waistband. So what we do is we cut 2 different waistbands, one being the outside, one being the lining. And on the lining, we're gonna put the wrong sides together. So on the lining on the right side, you have to match. There's these pattern lines here. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually just folding them over and then lining the pattern piece up to the bottom. Hey, you know what? That's not nice. That's not nice. He does that in order to push his brother out of the way. That's what that was. He's not very nice to him. Okay, so we're gonna press this down. And I'm gonna hold the fabric, because if you don't hold the fabric, so you kind of have to go like piece by piece here. I've got these chalk pencils and I've got them in a few different colors. I need to use them more. I just kind of forget that they're there. Is this the right way to do this? I don't know. Is this the way I'm gonna do it? Heck yes, it is. There's one. Now I'm just gonna fold it on the next line and do it all again. Yeah, did you see that? He's going to pick on his brother is what he's doing. Every day. Poor Salem is an old man and he just gets picked on constantly. Lyle says it's like the old tigers. You know the tigers? I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's this video of these two tigers, and there's this old tiger, and they introduce this like baby tiger in with this old tiger, and the baby tiger relentlessly is picking on the old man. But the thing that they saw was that with that playfulness, it actually got the older tiger playing too. And even though he was not well, and it looked like he was, you know, at the end of his life when they first got this baby tiger, he with the playfulness that the baby tiger forced on the old man, he lived he lived way longer than they thought he would. So that's what Lyle thinks is happening. I hope so, but I'm also like, ugh. To me, he reminds me of, and this is an obscure reference, but the real life Scooby-Doo movies, the second one, where Shaggy takes all the chemicals that are in the fridge. He drinks all the chemicals and he turns into like that. He's like, I'm buff.
I'm buff. Check out my pecs, little man.
That's Finn. I have all of the lines. Oh, you can see it. I have all the lines drawn. And now we're going to baste. We're gonna, with wrong sides together, gonna make sure that this is upright. Yes. With wrong sides together, it says we're gonna baste the top here and the top bottom here. We're getting into the skip to here for these instructions, which is always like jumping around. Crazy. But I've got it all done. Here it is. Here it is. Here's the waistband. Now we sew it onto the bodice first. So this is the skirt. And here's the bodice. So I'm going to figure out which way is up. Which is not that way. That way is not up. This way has to be up. Waistband is sewn onto the top. Now we sew the skirt onto the waistband. You guys, this is a casing. I'm supposed to sew along these lines because it's a casing. Flippin' genius. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sew lines along these and I'm gonna make the elastic casing because next is we do elastic stuff. Oh, that's so cool. I did not see that coming. I prefer having instructions on paper, but it's so wasteful that I'm trying to do it on my phone, that I've just looked up the things on my phone, and my eyes aren't very good, so I just keep trying to read things, so I miss a lot of things, and I skip over a lot of things, so it's very possible that I missed this, and I was supposed to do this before, but I'm doing it now, and it works, and it's gonna be fine, and then I'm gonna put the casing in, and then I'm gonna do the button placket. I'm gonna put some buttons in, and I'm gonna do some other stuff. Now that we have the dress put together, we have to do the button placket. She's got a whole video on it. I have no idea, I've never done this, so I'm gonna follow her video. I know that I'm gonna be ironing quite a bit of it, so I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna iron it. Before I can finish the placket, I actually have to have the skirt to the length that I want it, and I definitely not sure. I think I want it like knee height, so I'm gonna cut the skirt, and then I'm gonna hem the skirt because I have to put the placket on, and then I'm gonna cut the placket to the size that it needs to be. Hopefully it all goes well. Wish me luck. This is how you adjust a skirt length, or at least this is how I did it. is I measured from the knee skirt. It's the same distance across this curve. So then you just mark it the same distance down across the curve as the length that you want. So that's what I did, and I'm gonna cut it out now and then cut my skirt appropriately. I got the button placket all sewed on. It sort of sews on like a neckband, where you iron a seam allowance in, and then you sew it and then flip it and then top stitch it. So that's how I did that. I got it all done. And I got the hem cut to where I want it, which is just slightly above knee. And now I'm going to sew the lace to the bottom, which is I'm really excited about. You can't really see it on the bottom. It's really dark, it's so weird how dark it is in this room because I have two big lights on me and still nothing. Yeah, it's the perfect length. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Now I just need to do the buttons. She does a button spacer, which I don't have, but I would like a button spacer. They look so cool. So I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way, put some buttons in, and then we'll see the end result. It was going so well. I did 2 test buttons on the skirt, and I did 2 test buttons off the skirt, and they looked gorgeous. So I started working at the top, and of course it's messed up, and now I have button plackets that look like this. They just look awful. I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with the way it looks. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You used to stop this world from spinning. Like Superman, you were the only one to find the strength in all that I was dealing with. This life like kryptonite.
I got so mad at my button foot because it just would not put buttons in this fabric. I don't know why. It was incredibly frustrating. But you know, that's okay. My mom was like, well, if you're not gonna button it up all the way, why are you putting buttons up there? And I'm like, why am I putting buttons up there? So, but yeah, I really like how this turned out. I love the lace. I think it's so pretty. I definitely have to wear something underneath it because of button issues. These buttons did work. My button foot just was not cooperating. It is so cute, and I actually really like it. I love it so much. I'm so happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.